Excel has always provided a large number of options for changing the look and feel of Excel to suit your preferences. In pre-2007 versions, these are found in the Tools Options menu item. In Excel 2007, they are under the Office button, and in Excel 2010 and 2013, they are under the File button. The actual options have changed only slightly over the various versions, and the majority have remained basically the same. There is not enough time to review all of the options. Many of the options are self-explanatory, and many never need to be changed. But here are a few you might want to change. These will be illustrated in Excel 2013. They come in various groups. Two of these groups, customizing the ribbon and customizing the quick access toolbar, are discussed in other parts of the tutorial. In the General group, you see the default number of worksheets in a new workbook is 3. I like to change it to 1. If you need more worksheets, you can always add them. Do you ever get the annoying green marks in cells when it thinks you made a mistake and you're pretty sure you have not made a mistake? In the Formulas group, you can uncheck this option and you won't get those little green marks anymore. I've unchecked it. Now you can be the person who checks your own workbook. In the Proofing group, there are a lot of autocorrect options you might not like. For example, if you type TM in parentheses, it changes this to the trademark symbol. If you don't want this to happen, just click Delete. Alternatively, if you have a long company name you type often, you could enter an abbreviation for it. Then whenever you type the abbreviation, it would be replaced by the full name. In the Save group, you might want to change the auto recovery time. This is the time between automatic saves to your workbook. It is set by default to 10 minutes, but you might want to decrease this. In the Advanced group, you see a lot of options that aren't really all that advanced. For example, the first option controls what happens when you enter something in a cell and press Enter. You can make the cursor move in any direction you like by changing this setting. The Trust Center settings are particularly useful for working with macros. If you get a lot of files that contain macros, you can go into Trust Center settings, then Macro Settings, and you probably want the Disable All Macros with Notification option, the one that is checked here. This will disable macros unless you click an Enable option when the file opens. Along these same lines, if you go up to Trusted Locations, you can add locations, that is, folders on your hard drive that you trust. Then if you get files with macros and you store them in a trusted location, they will open without warnings, and you won't have to explicitly enable their macros. Note that most of the Excel options are for Excel as a whole, not for any particular workbooks or worksheets you might have open. However, there are a few that are workbook specific or worksheet specific. For example, in the Advanced group, there are two sets of options: display options for this workbook and display options for this worksheet that can be varied from one workbook or worksheet to another. So take a little time and explore these Excel options. Most of the default options are probably perfectly acceptable, but you do have a lot of control over the way your Excel works.